Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
A General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi! Hi!
Welcome to the Port Charles 411 on February 27th. Happy birthday, Amanda!
Yay! Happy 40th birthday to me!
Happy 40 to you. Your birthday present is
Oh, my birthday present was awesome!
a conversation with Réal Andrews, aka Taggart, Marcus Taggart.
He was so nice. I could have talked to him all day.
Yes, so we had the extreme pleasure to speak with Réal, and there is going to be two parts to it because during the first part, he was stuck at the DMV.
So just so everyone knows, the DMV does not cater to actors, apparently, because he was waiting in line, just like we all do.
But so
Why
kind
have to
and
do
didn't
that?
cancel for us.
I have to renew my driver's license. He
Better
just
get on that.
reminded me of that.
But, you know, he didn't cancel on us, went ahead and honored his commitment, so
Yeah, he was awesome.
it was great. So we hope that you enjoy our chat. So just thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
We do a General Hospital fan podcast, and I was really excited when you came back.
Oh, no.
So starstruck by you. She was talking weeks and weeks before they even announced that you were coming back, that you should come back. So we were very happy that you're back on the show.
Well, thank you. I'm very grateful to be back, and I'm grateful for you all. I like to call you. I don't like the F word, and I'm not talking about the four-letter word. I'm talking about the three-level. Is it? No, it actually is a four-letter word. No, but I like to call them GH champions because. But I'm very grateful for my GH champions and the support that I get from you all. So.
Yeah, I was really not surprised, but happy to see how many people were as excited. You know, I didn't see any negative. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Taggart's back, and we don't do spoilers at all. And she texted me the day before and she's like, I just have to do this. And she told me. So it was really.
I'll be honest with you. The same, man. I am just humbled. As you know, it's been 17 years. I don't remember Taggart being that popular. And yeah, I just was overwhelmed, extremely humbled and grateful for the response that I got and the response I'm getting. And like yesterday when it came out that I had a daughter, it's like, oh my gosh, they're flipping out.
Well,
amazing.
So we do 2 episodes a week. On Mondays, we do a recap of the previous week's shows and basically like our opinions and just our talking about it. And then on Thursdays, we do the Port Charles 411, which is more of an information session about different topics. And when you came back, we did one about your character. And a couple weeks before that, I think it was in November, we had an entire conversation about who should Trina's family be. And you were mentioned. We originally thought the Ward family, but then someone on Twitter did say, or it could be Taggart's, or she could be Gia's. And I'm like, no, it can't be Gia's, because then we change story or timelines all the time anyway. But yeah, so it's really, we want to know who her mom is, but they haven't said yet.
Yeah, well, you ain't going to get that out of me. So, but
I know. We don't want it though, honestly. Like we don't, because we like to be surprised. Right.
Yeah. And you know what? I love, and that just goes to show you the amazing writing team and producing team that we have. It's so many people were just like, what?
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. And it was like, there's a lot of stuff they ain't going to see coming. Let me just tell you that.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh,
yay.
Well, it's been a really exciting couple of weeks, but
it feels like it did back in the 90s.
Yep.
That writing's on point again.
I said, you know what? I said, I actually responded, because I respond to all my champions. I try to do it as fast as can. But there was a tweet that came out this morning. It's one of the best I ever got. I responded. I said, so the lady said she has a friend who's blind. And I wish I could remember it better. But she had a friend who was blind. So she was describing me to her, and she said something like, he's a cross between a Denzel Washington smooth chocolate and some other. And I was like, damn. I said, okay.
Oh, that's funny.
That's That's a good description. She did a good job.
Hey, 1 second, champs. I just want to see where we are.
Sure.
Oh, we're good. We're way good. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I'm sorry that you're still waiting, but.
No, it's all good.
So do you actually watch the show? Because I actually listened to the interview you did with Stephen Bradford, and you said that you had been a fan of General Hospital. Did you watch it while you were off?
You know what? Keeping it real, I was a massive fan prior to getting on the show. So I watch it religiously like most of you did. I'm very much, I just keep it real. If you follow me, that's how I roll. I'm very much a team player. So when I wasn't on the show anymore, I wasn't watching, because I was on different networks for different shows. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like the biggest, when I'm on that network, every TV, every whatever's on the house is on. And part of it also was, if you follow me, the last 17 years of my life have been challenging by decisions of my own, and with, alcoholism and drug addict and all that kind of stuff. And so a lot of it was denial. I was angry at the wrong people, now realizing now that I'm walking a different walk in my life and being sober, that the only person I had to blame was myself right here. So extremely grateful. So part of me was like mad at, wow, they don't have me on the show anymore, so I'm not going to watch it, or the network or whatever. But I was the only person that I needed to be mad at. And so when I got the second chance, so I like to say, I was extremely grateful. And then I automatically really got caught up with everything because I wanted to know what everybody was doing. Of course, I stay in touch with Maurice. He's like my BFF. So, but that's the best honest answer I can give you that way. Yeah.
No, that's great. And you had mentioned before that you didn't realize how big of a character you were to people back in the 90s. And I think that a lot of it was because you and Maurice just had an amazing chemistry, and, we were always scared that you were actually going to take him down,
So you've done other things, obviously, besides General Hospital. What has been the favorite thing that you've done? I've seen that you've been, working on stunts for different movies, and then, like life coach type of stuff. What's most fulfilling to you?
Well, that's a loaded question there, man. What's most fulfilling, if you ask me what's most fulfilling for me, is helping everybody believe that they are, who they're most created to be, and bringing out the champion in everybody. That's what I'm most passionate about. It's just, that's why I say I'll believe in you till you believe in yourself. But if you ask me what's my favorite thing to do in acting, what's my favorite experience, I would have to say, well, GH goes without saying, but Lonesome Dove, I did an episode of Lonesome Dove, the series. That was an actor's dream. You just like, it's a period piece. You get to, by the time you've gone through makeup and hair and props and everything, you've become that character, and you're like got the drawl and you're walking different. And that to me was a blast. And also the Highlander was another period piece. That was awesome. And then Soldiers of Fortune was really, really cool as well. But, at the end of the day, I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. Honestly, for me, now everybody's different, right? But for me, because family is extremely important to me. And I've done it all: features, episodical, sitcoms. To me, soap opera, and obviously because GH is the best one, in my opinion.
We're a little biased too.
Yeah. That's the best gig in town, because as an actor, it's like a glorified 9-to-5 job. You're going to the same place every day. You get to sleep in your own bed at night. Those other gigs, those are 16, 17-hour days, 6 days a week, going from location to location. And, as much as I love acting, I'll do what God asked me to do. I'm not going to question him. But if I had a choice, which it isn't my choice, it's God's choice, in my opinion, I would pick what I'm doing right now all day, 24/7, 360.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. One second, I'm just going to double check. Hold on.
Nope, that's okay.
We're there. G130. I'm G135. Okay, let's go.
So you still have like 5 hours.
Well, probably.
Did you name your son Marcus after your character?
That's a great question. I believe the name, we thought they named Marcus Taggart after our son because they never ever mentioned Marcus Taggart. You only ever heard Taggart until after my son was born.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. If I remember that.
sweet.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much how it went down. Yeah.
That's really
That
sweet.
is. That's really cute.
We love how they tie in, like Baby Donna is named after the woman who worked on GH for all those years, you know, and she passed away last year.
Yeah.
You know, I love how
what
they
an.
tie all that stuff in. So Amanda kind of asked one of my questions. So
Damn it, Amanda.
Sorry.
No, because
she was yelling at me before we started because she has like 10 pages here. And I was like, no, I'm just kind of going to wing it. We'll see where we end up. So
I don't yell. But back to the business coaching and, you know, that you do the transformational coaching. How did you even get into that?
You know, it's a great question. It happened. I used to be deathly scared of death before I became a believer. And so I never ever went to a funeral. I couldn't sleep on my back. I couldn't put a sheet over my head. I couldn't walk on the same side of the street as a funeral home. I certainly wasn't going in a graveyard, any of that. And it was in my 30s. I had a girlfriend at the time, and her grandfather died. He was 87 years old. And she asked me if I'd go to the funeral with her. And I said, you know, it's time I better put my big boy panties on and start facing these fears. And so I said I'd go. But the only funeral I'd ever been to was something I'd seen on TV, you know, and there were always like a lot of people there and everybody saying nice things and people crying and laughing and all that. So I thought that's what it's going to be like. So I get to this funeral and we're at the gravesite and there's me, my girlfriend, the mom, the husband, and her sister, and that's it. And time literally stopped for me. It literally, I remember being on the top of that hill at the graveyard. I could hear the rabbi speaking but it just started like spinning like this, just like, and it was at that moment I had two huge aha moments. One, it was like, I never want to walk this earth 87 years and have such a little impact that nobody comes to my funeral. And it wasn't about people being cool. It was about making a difference, leaving a legacy. And the other thing was, at the same time, I realized people just walk around here thinking they're not important. They're just here. They're just taking up space. Unless they're like a big CEO or a president or a famous actor, they think they're not important. If they think, you know, they're working at Jack in a Box or washing windows. And I think that's absolutely, completely 1,000,000% wrong. I think everybody, doesn't matter what you do. I've washed windows. I've driven pizza. You know, whatever I did, I've always did it with excellence. When I was delivering pizzas, I wanted to be the best delivery boy. When I was washing windows, I wanted to be the best person to wash windows, because that was my calling at that time. That was what I was supposed to be. That was the void I was supposed to be filling. And so I truly believe that every person has a calling, and it makes me extremely sad. I get sad even talking about it, to think that anybody would go through their whole life just thinking they weren't important. So I just believe that that's my calling, to help people to know that they are important. That's all. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, sorry. So I'm just a little passionate about that, you might say.
They say that your why should make you cry, and obviously, you know, I mean, it's definitely very moving, you know, and I think that you come from a great place, because we both agree, you know, we both have kids, and two of them, or my son and her daughter, are starting to look to what are they going to do after school, you know, and gone are the days where you push college and that's the only answer. You know, they can't just sit on our couch and not do anything, but there's pride in being a mechanic. You know, every job has purpose. You know, it's not just, do I get the corner office, you know, and do I have my name on a big billboard? You know, it's.
Amen. I agree. Well said. Hold on. G131. Okay, let's go.
Oh my gosh, that's the same number.
If we got to redo, you know, come back and finish this, we will. Okay.
Okay.
Of course, they never ever go fast, but because we're doing an interview, they're going fast.
That's exactly right. And then we're both just huge mental health advocates also, and so we just really appreciate how much, you know, you and Maurice, you know, are so open about it. Do you think that they'll bring that into Taggart's character as well, how they have with Maurice?
You never know. The writers are amazing. And, you know, here's the thing with me. as an actor. The title under my name is actor. It's my job to bring to life the characters the best to my ability and make those lines come to life. That the writers, my name does not have writer under it. My name does not have wardrobe person under it. My name does not have makeup artist. So I'm not, because I know I'm just not one of those guys who's like, wardrobe people ask me, what do you think? I'm like, what do you think? You're the one who's going to win the award. They're like, well, what do you, I'm like, hey, I got faith in you, man. Whatever you think my character should be doing and playing. But what I do know about the GH writers, and they're very, very good. They're very, very smart. They're very, very great at, I believe they do research on us because of the way they write us. You know, GH is, people say, how do you do 100 pages a day, dude? I work really hard at it, but when I'm on GH, it's not that hard because it's just the words that I say just seem to be natural, and that's great writing. Uh-oh.
Oh, someone's not happy.
Yeah, he's not happy. Yeah.
No, but you're right. I mean,
yeah,
it's great how they bring, some of that stuff into you guys, but it's just nice to see, there is a big shift going in mental health right now that, it's more awareness and acceptance, not other things. So
yeah,
it's very nice to have.
It takes people like me and Maurice and others. It's like, it's very much shamed, as you know, but now it's becoming a little more accepted. But, because even for me and Maurice to come out like we do, it's great for a lot of people, but there's still people out there that think of you different and judge you different and stuff like that. So it is what it is. I don't care. If I change one life, I'm okay with that.
Exactly. My daughter's autistic, and so I deal a lot with people having opinions about that. And, stopping the stigma and everything like that. And then
you're awesome with everything that you do. She's a huge advocate, and it's amazing. And my oldest daughter is bipolar, so it's a struggle.
Oh, wow, we got a lot. No, you got to go the other way. We got a lot in common. Hold on one sec, champion.
Okay.
We're on G. Oh, you know what, champions? They're on G134. Okay. So let's pause and continue this interview.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Champions. Thank you. God bless.
You too.
Amanda, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for me to pick out my FabFitFun selections.
Oh my gosh, you were so excited with the last box. What are you going to get this time?
I love FabFitFun. Seriously, I've been using it for over a year, and at first I was like, do I really want to, spend money on that? Yes.
I know how excited
you get over $200 worth of products for only $49.99, and it's once a quarter.
That's not bad at all.
No, not at all. One of the items that I'm getting in my spring box is a light therapy anti-wrinkle light. I've seen them listed other places for well over $100, and that's going to be included in my box. They also have robes, different lotions, sprays. There's a really cute umbrella on there. Tons of things for you to pick out.
You're making me want one.
You could go to our website, pure54podcast.com, and just go under the savings tab and click the get offer button under the FabFitFun. Make sure to use promo code RAINBOW and you get $10 off your first box.
That's a deal.
It's amazing. So go check out our website, pure54podcast.com, and make sure to use promo code RAINBOW for $10 off your first box. And you're going to love it.
Take two.
Yes.
Interview. Oh my God, why is Maurice and Steve looking at me? What the All right. Hey, so I'm back. Thanks for being
here. That is really cool that you can do that.
Yeah, we need to.
Is that because I saw on your website that you have like a ninja video thing? Is that similar to the ninja selling program?
No, it's I did a ninja video course teaching people how to do videos because people do some scary stuff with their videos. So I taught them all this kind of stuff and just the right way to there's some simple things that they can do just to make their Facebook lives or even their videos they do. Like one of the big things is the level that they have their phone on. Or I mainly shoot it like this anyways. But most people, for whatever reason, they talk down to their phone like that, and it comes across like you're talking down to somebody. Nobody likes to be talked down to. So you always want to have your lens, which is the camera, at your eye level. You don't want to have, I know they love to do this for pictures, but for video, that's not good. But so you want to have it right. And the other big thing is, it seems simple, but know where your camera is. Most people don't know where their camera is, and they're just like, because then you want to, and then once you get used to knowing where your camera is, because it's really hard to not keep looking at yourself. And then, for me, your eye line's off, because you want it to be like, see, right now I'm talking to the lens. So to you, it looks like I'm talking to you. But if I start watching myself, you see the difference? Just watching myself, it's a huge difference. And for somebody like yourself, and a lot of people out there now, a lot of people have podcasts, they have Facebook Lives, they have, stuff that they do. And this makes a massive difference. It's stuff that if you didn't know about, you wouldn't know about, but it makes a big difference when you're trying to promote stuff, sell stuff, or whatever. And then lighting, sound, clean your lens. The blurry lens effect is not cool.
I'm in real estate, so I have like a cloth in at all times, because you just never know when you're going to have to take a picture. And yes, that's
awesome. All right, so I'm yours. Let's go.
Awesome. Where did we leave off?
We were just talking about our kids and the fact that your daughter is autistic and my daughter is bipolar.
Oh yeah, because you didn't get diagnosed until later in life, right?
Me, yeah. Maurice diagnosed me in about 3 days of knowing him 27 years ago. My wife, because that's what she does. That's one of her gifts, is she was a psychiatrist. She trained as that in family child care and stuff like that. So she, diagnosed me. And of course, that doesn't go over well when it's your significant other diagnosing you. And so I didn't receive, Maurice was whatever. My wife, I didn't really receive that. For the beginning part of our relationship, she was always, because I was a mess. I was a real mess back then. I had all that going on, which I didn't know about. Then I'm self-medicating with drugs and kind of stuff, what people do to just, so I was a mess. But I didn't see that, of course. I thought everybody else was a mess, right? Mm-hmm. And, my wife was called, you need to get on medication. You need to get on medication. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. We had a lot of fights about that. And the main thing for me, it was because I watched my mom have a cupboard full of medications, like literally take her 20 minutes at nighttime to take them all out. And I just was not, it was not even an idea for me that was something I was going to be. I was not going to be, having to take medication for the rest of my life. It just was, I was not down with that. And so I fought it for a long time. And like you said, it wasn't until recently, and it came out of me first and foremost getting sober. And then about 6 months into my sobriety, I started to spiral into really, really dark depression. And usually I've always been, for the past my whole life, I've gone down into these holes, but I've always been able to get myself out. I always had these tools, and things that I could always get out. Sometimes it'd take a week, sometimes it'd take 3-4 months, whatever, but I always got out. But this was, it was going farther than I've ever gone. Just really dark, really having, really ugly, black, dark thoughts to the point where I almost that was it. And I couldn't, none of my tricks were working. I couldn't figure it out, and then when I was driving to an AA meeting, it hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sober. I can't hide behind anything anymore. I can't go drink. I can't go, do whatever else I would do. And so it's right smack in my face, and I remember me and my wife were sitting down here at Vaughn's, and, we were having that call. I had the doctor's appointment made for the next day, but I was still till the last minute trying to not do it. And, two things. She looked at me and she said, it's not easy being your wife. And it's not easy for the kids. And I guess the way I looked at her, she goes, are you surprised to hear that? And I was like, yeah, because I thought I did a pretty good job of hiding it or dealing with it.
And obviously I hadn't. And she said, what if this could help you to be, normal and not have to do this up and down and stuff like that. So I went to the doctor, and I still, even after I got officially diagnosed as bipolar, to manic depressant, and got put on medication, I still kind of fought to the last minute of taking the medication, but the best thing I ever did. It's a journey, I like to say I'm under construction. Stole that from my friend in the program, and every day is a new day, but so far it's been amazing. Getting a lot of my life back. Well, no, you don't get it back, but I'm starting to enjoy. There's a lot of work to be done, as you can imagine. There's a lot of damage with my family, my kids. But at least I have an opportunity to fix it and to live a normal life. And, along with a company that I've partnered with, Amari, which is the #1 mental health wellness company, and stuff that we do with that. It's inspiring. But yeah, I wish I would have, I talked with one of my sons is, probably even, it's funny because having a conversation with my wife the other day, and here I am again being in denial for my son, I guess. But, I had a conversation the other day, and I was just like, the great thing is that you recognize it and you're willing to see if it's an issue and take care of it. I wish I would have known it at your age and not have to have, not so much me, because I can deal with, but it's the people that I put through hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's tough, yeah.
It's awful. It's awful going through it as a parent, and I can imagine it's awful going through it yourself. So.
Yeah. Now, you guys, I meant to ask you, it's freaking me out having Steve and Maurice in the back. So I was going to, because you don't look, I thought you guys were like in high school. You don't look that cool.
We have high schoolers.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're married, you got kids. How young are you?
I will be 40 next week.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yep.
I thought you were not even, I thought you were a teenager.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
How old are you?
37.
Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. That's awesome.
Well, thank you very much.
Where do you live?
Pittsburgh.
Wow. Pittsburgh Steelers.
You ever been to the East Coast?
Yeah, you guys are crazy. You guys going to the football game. And
Actually, neither of us, we don't care.
Yeah, we're not sports girls.
You had mentioned.
Now, GH was at the stadium in 40 below.
We did it in a heartbeat. We went to one of Steve's shows on a Steeler game night.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, the whole city shuts down for it, but we don't care.
No.
I used to work at a sports bar, though, so kind of the same as when you got off GH,
Right.
you stopped watching. Once my tips and my money didn't matter anymore, I was like, all right, I can do things on Sundays now. And I just never got back into it. So, yeah.
All right. Cool. So, next. I'm taking a picture.
So you talked a lot. So, do you read a lot? Do you listen to a lot of podcasts, like motivational or professional development, personal development?
A ton. I don't read. Okay. I'm blind as a bat. So, and it would be an easy concept just to put the glasses on so I could see, but that would be too easy. But no, I'm not able to see that well, and B, I'm really not a big fan of I don't have the patience. So, but I do listen to a ton of audiobooks and podcasts. Like basically my morning routine is, I get up about 3:30 every morning. I don't use an alarm clock. I just wake up. It's amazing how many times I wake up exactly at 3:33. It's pretty crazy. I like to come down. I take all my supplements. I like to make a hot drink that I have with some of my supplements, and I'll just sit there and have quiet time, what I call quiet time. can be 10, 20, 30 minutes, I don't know. Hang out with me and Diamond. And then from there, what I'll do is I will, I'm usually on my way to the gym by then. I got my headphones in. I'm listening to worship music. I always start with worship music first. And from there, I will go to personal growth. I have a podcast I like to listen to. My favorite podcast is The Quote of the Day Show. It's a great podcast I listen to. And I got a ton of books. I mean, I love to listen to books. And then from there, I'll go to, by then it's about time I'm finishing my workout, and then I switch to some of my more, grinding music. I don't listen to any music with the N-words in. I don't listen to music with profanity. I don't listen to, I like house music. I like techno, but once again, with none of the things. I like reggae. I like classical, good old rock and roll, stuff like that. But I'm a big fan of, being very particular outside of that last bit of my workout, which is a bit of fun time. But other than that, I'm not really listening to anything unless it's feeding my brain, because I have too damaging what these songs and things are doing to the kids these days and everybody else. So, it's like these parents let these kids listen to this stuff, and then they don't understand why their kids are acting the way they are. And it's subliminal implantation over and over and over and over and over again. Hitler understood the power of that.
Yeah.
So, but yes.
Okay. What's your favorite audiobook? I have a whole bookshelf full. That's why I was like.
Yeah, I got a few. One actually I just gave to Mark Teschner. I actually have pretty much hard copies. Can't Stop Me with David Goggins is another one. That's one of my favorite ones. I love that. John Maxwell, 21 Laws of Leadership. I'm trying to, because I want to give you some good ones here. Hold on, because I've got so many I forget them. But,
have you ever read Bob Goff or listened to it, Love Does or Everybody Always?
No, but I'm going to write.
I think that you would like them because they're also faith-based.
What is it, Bob Goff?
Bob Goff, Goff, and the first book is Love Does.
Okay.
And the second book is Everybody Always.
Everybody Always. Okay, awesome.
And he narrates his own books, so I listen to a lot of audio in the car, but there's certain people that I can't listen to somebody else.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, it might be great content, but I can't listen to you. So
I know well, I'll come back to this answer. It's uploading my books.
Okay.
So, but yes, I'll write that down. I'm thinking of, obviously I love Zig Ziglar stuff, but there's some really cool ones. What was that one I read? Oh man, it was something. That was a good one recently, but anyways, it'll come back to me.
Okay.
Here they are. Okay, they come. So here are some: The Heart of Leadership, Home Run, All In. All In. That's a great book. David and Goliath, How Successful People Lead. 20,000 Days and Counting is another one of my favorites. Oh, The Traveler's Gift.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, The Bait of Satan. That's the one I was thinking.
Okay.
This book here, Bait of Satan. Okay, this book. Oh no. That's a good book. That's not the one I was talking about. But that's a good. No. Okay, here it is. This is the one. It's a Napoleon Hill book, Keys to Success. But there's another one.
Think and Grow Rich.
No, I have that one too, but it's not one that a lot of people know about. It's I want to find that one for you. Kingdom Man is another great one of mine. I love that one. No Excuses, another. Made to Stick. Oversubscribed. I listen to a lot. But I want to find you this one book because I want to tell you this story about this. Hold on. It's a Napoleon Hill book. Bob Proctor, of course, is huge. I do. The Way of the Seal that's another awesome book. Napoleon Hill. What is that book? Oh, I'm not going to spend all day, but I'll just tell you about the book and then I'll find you the name. So this book This book, Napoleon, we all know about, you know, the Napoleon Think and Grow Rich and the other one. But this book was a book that Napoleon Hill wrote, I mean, like forever ago. And his family, because of the content of the book, they basically buried it. It's basically a conversation. No, it's not a conversation. It's him interviewing the devil. Maybe it's Interview with the Devil or something. But because of the stuff that he talked about in that book and the stuff he says, they buried it because they just thought it would be. And so like all these years later, somebody found it and they produced it. I'm telling you, when you read this book and you realize when it was written, it will freak you out with what's going on in our world today.
I think I know what book you're talking about. I can't remember the title either, but somebody told me about it.
Yeah, it is a trip. Like, and he's literally, I mean, you know, you'll be like, did he really interview the devil? and that's the thing. But when you read it and you look where we are today and stuff that's going on, you're gonna go, wow, it's crazy, that book. Yeah.
Outwitting the Devil?
Yes, that's it. Outwitting the Devil. Yeah, that's the one.
Well, now I want to read it.
It's
yeah.
I can't remember who talked about it, but it was another author mentioned it, you know, and it sounded interesting. I actually forgot about it. So thank you.
Yeah, because when you know, once again, you'll see when it was written, it's beyond its time.
Mm-hmm. When was it written?
Yeah. And they basically buried it because they were afraid it was going to bring harm on the family or whatever.
Yeah, 1938. Wow. Yeah. And it wasn't released until 2011. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's insane. No, that sounds really good. So who's your favorite worship band?
Oh, Kim, what's her name? Kim, you know who I mean? Jesus Loves Me, Kim, what is her name? Marcus. Kim. Oh, How He Loves Me. Who does that one?
It's Jesus Culture, but it's Kim Walker-Smith.
Yes, thank you. Kim Walker-Smith and Jesus. That one live version is unbelievable. And of course, I love, what's her name? Tahiba or something, who does Break Every Chain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I start when I start my worship music, the first song I play every single day is Break Every Chain, because I want to, that's, you know, every day we can break some chains. So, and Hillsong, of course, I love, and also.
You quoted Mercy Me on your Instagram one time, and I was like, I love that. I can only imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, Mercy Me, I can only imagine. Yeah, so those are some of my favorites. I got a lot. Those are some of my
That's it's tough.
And my church, Higher Vision worship team, check out their CDs. They got some great CDs.
Check them out.
What do your kids think about the fact that you're an actor? Do they like to brag about it, or are they kind of embarrassed of you now?
I don't think they're embarrassed. You know, I think they won't say that, but you know, they go like, Dad, my friends are out Googling you, and they say your guys are and stuff. So I would hope they're proud. You know, my kids, you know, because of the way they've been brought up, they're very humble. You know, I'm just a big advocate, because I think probably, you know, for me, being an actor is a blessing. It's my job. It's my calling. I don't see myself. I've never seen myself as different of anybody. You know, I go to the bathroom the same. I eat the same. And they see that. So it's not like their dad isn't one of those guys who acts, you know, different, you know, like some may choose to. I'm not judging or nothing, but I'm just saying. So I think it's probably just normal for them.
Okay.
Because I keep it normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do come home sometimes and say, my friends Googled you and you were like everywhere. You know, my daughter, there's a picture of me and my daughter on the red carpet, and of course she likes that.
Oh, that's adorable.
Do any of them want to follow in your footsteps?
They did at one point. You know, my oldest son, Marcus, he's out of school now, and he was the jock, you know, of the family, very athletic. He's, you know, very bright, you know, and he's actually looking into getting a job behind the camera. in the film industry right now. And so that's kind of where his vision on. Nathan, my middle son, is a genius beyond a genius. He's just like brilliant beyond. And so, you know, he wants to, he's, I don't know, did you see that video I posted a while ago where Nathan was bouncing on the bed singing about money? Did you see that?
I did not.
Well, that pretty much says it right there. Already at that age, he was like, he just wants to make a lot of money, and he will.
A little entrepreneur.
He was, yeah, entrepreneur. And my daughter, Danica, you know, she's in cheerleading. She's playing soccer now, gymnastics. Just, you know, she's daddy's little girl. She's amazing, and she's finding herself. You know, both Nathan, you know, they were all very talented. You know, when they were younger and they were curious about it, they were all booking stuff and getting stuff. And, you know, Danica's naturally a great singer. Nathan's a great singer when he wants to. You know, Marcus has got, you know, the brooding good looks and stuff. So they all have their own gifts and talents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's great.
I think Nathan's if he wanted to be, he's like the most of an actor like me. But it's not, you know, he just wants to go to MIT and invent an app and make billions of dollars.
Yeah. He wants to be more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I asked all my nerdy questions.
I know. I think we're good.
And they weren't even nerdy. Dude, it's freaking me out. Steve comes right here. It's like, dude.
Do you have any favorite classic General Hospital storylines?
Oh yeah. Well, my old time classics, because it's so not me, and I was kind of happy with the way it came out, and it's just kind of fun. But when they told me I was going to be in that nurse's ball and have to sing and dance, I about had a heart attack, because that is not I am not trying out for American Idol. Okay, that dancing is not my thing. That's my wife's thing. And so the nurse's ball is one of my funnest things I've ever done. You know, anything with Maurice and Steve is just, that's a given. You know, I loved the storyline back in the day because, you know, I think you'll agree, back in the day, Taggart was pretty much one note. It's like, take Sonny down, read people their rights, that's it. But they gave me an interesting storyline for a minute when they brought in my mom. And she was, you know, had cancer, I believe, and was in the hospital. And then I had a sister and stuff like that. But specifically that storyline with my mom. And then there was a storyline I did with Lucky as well, which was when that was one of my favorite. Now, fast forward to now, you know, this right now is just, I'm in heaven. You know, I mean, you guys, it's just start, but, you know, Taggart is so many levels right now. He's not one level. He's intertwined in so many different things. There's so many twists and turns coming, and it's awesome. You know, so right now it'd have to be what we got going on right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And now that we've established that you are Trina's dad, you know, it's like you have stickiness. You know, you're not just, in our opinion, going to be gone in like a month or anything, because Trina's been around, so Dad has to. We've always wondered where her parents are. So
Right?
She just showed up.
Yeah, she did. Go ahead. That goes. Okay. So when you came back, someone mentioned it was on social media, that back in the 90s there was rumor that they were going to have your mom marry Mike. Did you know about that? Was that actually a thing?
Oh, Mike, as in
Mike Corbin, like Sonny's dad.
Sonny's dad. You know what? I remember something about that. And there was also, remember back in the day? Now, I can't remember if it was wishful fans creating this or if it was actual, but I remember there was a lot of talk about Taggart and Sonny finding out that they were half brothers.
I remember hearing that. I think it was us. Wishfully thinking.
Fans, you guys created that?
Yeah.
But you didn't have writer underneath your name, so it didn't happen?
No, didn't happen. We do think sometimes they listen to us, though.
Yes.
But we like to think that, because we throw out suggestions every now and again. But no, because when someone said that, I'm like, that would have been so messed up. That would have been great, though, because, you know.
Sonny would lose it then, wouldn't he?
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because you guys both had different upbringings, and then, you know, that one pivotal moment shows which way you can go. And, you know, it's just,
that would have been awesome.
Yeah. Did you have anything?
I know. This was such a good interview.
I know.
Thank you for talking with us.
Well, my pleasure. So, and I'm gonna because both of you guys with their issues of mental health, I got to run. I'm going date night with my wife, but I definitely want to talk to you about some things I'm part of and doing that. I'm looking to lock arms with champions like yourself and where we can make a difference. I'd like to just say once again, thanks to everybody. I am so humbled by all your support. I appreciate it if you could follow me at Réal Andrews on Instagram and Twitter. And, if you like what I'm doing, you know who to reach out to at ABC and let them know. It doesn't hurt. So, and I appreciate you too, Amanda and Shannon, for reaching out. This has actually been one of my favorite interviews as well. So if it wasn't, I would
thank you.
I'm going to come back for part 2 if it wasn't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I'm just going to talk for both of us that I think that we would be honored to help with anything that we can. Great. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you.
You too.
All right, bye. Have a fun date night.
All right.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Okay, that was awesome.
It was so awesome.
That was
He was so easy to talk to.
Did I fangirl too hard?
You didn't, but it was so cute. You guys, I wish you could see Shannon's face when he first came on the screen and said, okay, so go ahead, start. I can't even remember what exact words
I don't
he
remember
used,
either.
but something like, shoot me the first question or whatever. She totally fangirled out and could not speak for a second. And it was the
I
cutest
put my head
thing.
down. I'm like, hi.
It was the cutest thing you've ever seen. It was adorable.
I'm like, don't talk to me.
I loved it.
Great. But I mean, he's just so down to earth. And like you said at the beginning, it's like, yeah, he has to deal with the DMV too. He's peeking in, trying to see if his number's being called and
yelling at his kids in the background to be quiet for a minute because he's on the podcast. He's totally real life. I loved it.
It was great. So what was your favorite part?
When he told us that we didn't look as old as we are, obviously.
That was great.
But real content-wise, I like the fact that he actually knew what was going on in General Hospital back in the day and that he was current with what's going on now. He was just excited about this week's news story of his life as we were.
Yep. So we actually recorded this before, obviously, today. So we don't know what's happening on Monday,
we should know our dates better.
On Monday the 25th through the 26th. So if something happened, we don't know.
Right.
Or Friday the 21st, because we recorded during the day.
Right.
And it's Friday, so we should have a good cliffhanger because it has been, so we had such a great day being able to know that he's Trina's dad.
And he really seemed to enjoy that storyline.
He did.
Also.
Yes.
Excited about it and where it's going to take him. And he said a couple of times that we're going to be blown away by all the new storylines that are coming out. So
cannot wait.
I'm so excited.
Me too. But we hope that you enjoyed this conversation. Like you heard, it's not going to be the last time we talk to him. So it was a lot of fun, and it was definitely a really, really, really good time. So
yeah, have a good weekend.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.